Sometimes with linocut printmaking, you carve a block that just won't print right no matter what you try. Whether pressing the block down like a stamp or placing the paper on top, the print always turns out smudged. For me, a lot of that has to do with the thickness of the rubber blocks I carve on. With an oddly shaped block like this, the paper tends to collapse over the sides and bend in ways that smudge my print. And the rubber's also super bendy, so unless the stamp is quite small, it's difficult to place them down securely. When this happens, I like to build a registration board. Now, I'm a self-taught hobby printmaker, so my setup here is super basic. I just use a piece of leftover cardboard, center the block, and trace around it with a pencil. Then I take an X-Acto knife and cut out the shape. Definitely make sure you have a cutting mat for this part so you don't damage your table, and go super slow and careful. Once your shape is cut, remove the center and test if your block fits. You might need to adjust the edges a bit until you're able to easily lay the block flat inside the cutout. Then I like to tape the cardboard to my desk for a bit of extra stability. Next, measure out where you want your paper to go in relation to the block and mark the edges. Place the paper face down onto the board and line it up with the marks you just made, then secure it at the top. I'm using artist's tape for this. Then flip the paper out of the way. Next, you'll ink up your block while it's still outside of the board. Then carefully place it into the cutout and make sure it's flat. From here, flip the paper down onto your block to create your print. I like to sort of peel it down over the block slowly, but you can try out different methods here and see what you like. Once you transfer the ink and pull your print away, you should end up with a much cleaner image than you had before.